Good morning, my classy folks. It's Monday morning. We're about 12 days out from the Belmont Stakes for sure. And of course, you know the Belmont Stakes will be run up at Saratoga, up in Saratoga Springs this year, because Belmont Park is under renovation and the race has been moved northward. It's going to be at 1.25 miles for sure, right? So it still should be a great race. But do remember, the Spa is the graveyard for favorites. I thought we'll take a look at the early contenders for the Belmont Stakes. We're about 12 days out, and I looked at the future book odds out in Vegas. So we'll do it in that order. And we'll start right in with Sierra Leone, right? Well, Sierra Leone is about 2.5 to 1 out in Vegas as the favorite for the Belmont Stakes. Of course, Sierra Leone ran second in the Derby behind Mystic Dan, ran a beautiful race. This is a gun runner on the back end by Malibu Moon. Hey, it's Chad Brown doing the conditioning, and Tyler Gaffalione. What a hard beat that was in the Kentucky Derby. And of course, Chad skipped the Preakness, the second leg of the Triple Crown, and he's sitting there at the Belmont with a fresh horse. Horse has 3 wins from 5 starts in 2 seconds. Never finished worse than second, and obviously still improving. When I look at the speed figures on Sierra Leone, has never went back. So again, we really do expect this horse to be one of the 2 top favorites going into the Belmont, and probably is going to improve. I believe probably is going to be a strong contender. Let's see if Sierra Leone makes the gate as the future book favorite right now, and at about 5 to 2. Let's just call it 5 to 2. The second favorite out there at Vegas is the Derby favorite himself. That's right, Fierceness. Well, Fierceness ran horrible in the Derby, running 15th for sure. Hey, City of Light, by City of Light. Of course, City of Light won the Breeders' Cup Mile, I believe, in 2016. Please fact check me on that. And breeding is just beautifully owned by Mr. Ripoli's stables, and of course Todd Pletcher doing the conditioning. Well, folks believe that Fierceness runs every other race good, right? And if you look at the past performances, that's the way it seems. Now, I don't particularly buy that just yet on a young horse. The horse, just like Sierra Leone, only has 5 starts. Well, I think, no, 5 starts, has actually 6 starts, 3 wins, and 1/4. And ran horrible in the Derby, running 15th, right? Which would be the every other race coming off of the Florida Derby romp, for sure. I loved Fierceness in the Derby. Took him halfway around and just threw in a clunker. But I'm not buying the every other race. But this is your second favorite according to the future book out in Vegas at about 7 to 2, 3 to 1, 7 to 2. So both Fierceness and Sierra Leone will be right there according to the future books of favorites going in. Skip the Preakness, another fresh horse just like Sierra Leone. Love to see this one get to the gate also. And your third favorite is your Derby winner, Mystic Dan, right? Doesn't need to apologize. Mystic Dan not only won the Derby, but ran a beautiful, beautiful race at the Preakness, right? I mean, it was a sloppy track down there. And I think being down on the inside might have hurt him, even though we all believe that he's bred tremendously. And he is for the slop. But I believe he was down on the rail coming home, and it hurt him a little bit, and he could have won that race, but hey, nobody was catching Seize the Gray that day for sure. The My Racehorse folks horse for sure. But still, Mystic Dan is installed at 5 to 1 as a future book, and the Derby favorite or the Derby winner is not going to be the favorite in here. So that's something to chew on. Kenny McPeak knows how to get these horses ready. 3 wins from 8 starts for sure. Got his boy Brian Hernandez. Hey, Mystic Dan doesn't need to apologize. Just 2 beautiful Triple Crown races he ran, and will be a strong contender if he makes the gate up there at Saratoga for the Belmont Stakes. I think Kenny McPeak is still on the fence with this one and maybe thinking about the Ohio Derby for this 3-year-old. So let's see what happens there. And the fourth favorite, or the next horse in line out there, would be, of course, Seize the Gray, the one that beat Mystic Dan in the Preakness. Well, hey, shout out to my racehorse people. You know we're going to always be rooting for them. I own quite a few micro shares through my racehorse, and the coach, right? You know he's going to take some attention. He's installed at about 6-1, so both him and Mystic Dan are at 5-1 and 6-1. And again, hey, Seize the Gray don't really have to apologize. Ran a beautiful race. Now, did the horse move up the Gray on a cloudy day? He sure did. Went to the front and kept on running out of the TV screen. So we'll hear from him also. And we know D. Wayne Lucas is going to run, because he'll run his horses every week if he could. That's just how the coach does it, you know, as classy as he is. Wonderful job D. Wayne Lucas did with the My Racehorse Seize the Gray, for sure. It's installed at 6-1. Now, here's a horse. I hope Kenny McPeak don't run her. Torpedo Anna, of course, the Kentucky Oaks winner. She just looks like 2 or 3 or 4 cuts below these colts in here. And she's installed right now at about 10-1, so she's taking some action. Nobody likes Torpedo Anna more than I do, but I don't know about the Belmont Stakes against the boys. I mean, she's fast, but I don't know if she's that fast. But let's see how it works out. Antiquated. Well, who's going to apologize for Antiquated? Nobody's going to apologize for Antiquated. Again, this one is by a preservationist. John Velasquez is listed. It is a Todd Pletcher horse. Of course, John Velasquez will probably take Fierceness if Fierceness makes the gate. But Antiquated has 2 wins from 4 starts, still improving for sure. Won the Peter Pan. Didn't run in any of the 2 Triple Crown races. Last ran in May. This one is improving every start. Maybe. And this one's installed, let me take a look here, I believe at 12-1. So all the antiquated fans out there, you're getting a square price out there in Vegas right now. How about Door Knock at 12-1 for sure? Well, I know a lot of people like Door Knock going leading up to the Derby. Ran 10th in the Derby, ran better than Fierceness, that's for sure. And now did run 4th in the Bluegrass. Won the Fountain of Youth down there, maybe. Also 12-1. And the next horse out there at Vegas on the line would be the Wine Steward. I think this horse actually fits into this race if all of these get in pretty well. I always like anything Mike Maker puts on the ground, because I know they're always ready to go. Louis Saez looked like he's going to be in the orange here. By Vino Russo, 3 wins from 6 starts and 3 seconds. Again, this horse has never finished worse than second. I think this could be the wise guy horse. This horse did run second in the Peter Pan for sure, but did run second again in the Lexington. Both of his 2 3-year-old races. Hey, I think this could be an upside for Wine Steward if he makes the gate for Mike Maker. I've never have a problem with Mike Maker's horses. This one is stalled at 18-1 for sure. And the other 2 horses we'll take a look at, of course, is a fan favorite, Catching Freedom. Again, it's Brad Cox and his band of merry horses, by Constitutional, right? 3 wins from 7 starts. This one won the Louisiana Derby, ran 4th, and didn't disgrace in the Kentucky Derby. In the Preakness ran 3rd. So Catching Freedom ran 2 beautiful races, having hit the board in both the Derby and the Preakness. So again, he's installed at about 20-1 for sure. And the last one we'll take a look at would be, well, let me see. Who's this one we're going to take a look at? The last one we'll take a look at. That's Catching Freedom, the Wine Steward. Tuscan Gold. Well, Tuscan Gold to me is a cut or 2 below these horses, but it's still installed at 25-1. It is Chad Brown, still improving with only 4 starts. There it is. So let's take a good look at this year's early contenders. Let me know what you think as we looked at the Vegas odds for sure. It looks like Sierra Leone, the improving Chad Brown runner, hey, ran beautiful, beautiful race in the Derby. Almost too good to lose, to be honest with you. And skipped the Preakness, installed at about 2-1 or 5-2. Fierceness, okay, messed up in the Derby, skipped the Preakness just like Sierra Leone, and of course is sitting there, Todd Pletcher and Rapoli, back, the New York boy, back in New York at 3-1, and Mystic Dan, again, the third favorite so far out there in Vegas. Seize the Gray is sitting there at 6-1. Of course, Torpedo Anna, I don't think Kenny should run her in this race. And Antiquated, looks like she's improving, or he's improving quite a bit. And I think we should keep an eye on someone like the Wine Steward and Catching Freedom at 18 and 20-1 in the future book. So let's have a healthy discussion as we crank up the Belmont Stakes in the next 12 days. Let's have a healthy, respectful discussion among ourselves, keeping it 100, keeping it classy. My name is Wayne Bolden. I'm the Speed King, for sure. Looks like Sierra Leone is going to be our favorite, or at least according to Vegas, out there. Stay classy, y'all, in all that you do, and I'll talk to y'all real soon. Good morning, my classy people. Wayne Bolden, I'm here to speak. I'll tell you, man.